Dr. Trivedi, you're seen as being one of the mature, sensible faces of the BJP on television and even in public life. Now look at some of the comments that have been made by your leaders. Sanjay Gaikwad announcing a bounty of 11 lakh rupees for someone who can cut the tongue of Rahul Gandhi. Tarvinder Singh Marwaha saying what happened to the Dadi will happen to Rahul Gandhi. Anil Bonde saying, the tongue should be singed. Raghuraj saying he's India's number one terrorist. Now, what sort of political discourse are leaders from the ruling party engaging in, Dr. Trivedi?
Definitely, Rahul, this type of language and the lowering of the standard of language has become a very serious issue in the Indian politics since last 16-17 years, which started from 2007 Gujarat election when Sonia ji, who was the chairperson of UPA and the topmost leader of the ruling coalition, has used the word maut ke saudagar, and subsequently the type of words I will not elaborate till 2014. Before 2014, Modi ki boti boti kaat dalunga by Imran Masood, and he was not in Congress party at the time, but you can check with your record that the very next day Rahul Gandhi went to support him and done the campaigning for him. Then he brought him in the Congress party, and now he's a member of parliament. And other than Marja Modi, forget about that, Kutte ki maut, Hitler ki maut. Who said this? Previous Minister of State for Home, Subodh Kant Sahai, presidents. So definitely I agree that this type of language which was used, it should not be used, and we do not subscribe to this. But the more serious problem is how to contain this tendency. Because it's not just the issue of case 1 and case 2, or case 2, I quote 2 cases from Congress and they quote 1 case from us, but it is the issue that how they can retain. But on the issue from where it started, where Ranveer Singh Bittu was telling you, I was hearing what he was saying, 2 days after Pannun has spoken, you are saying that BJP's leaders are saying this and Congress leaders are saying this. But I am just asking, what the terrorists are saying? Guru Patwant Singh Pannu is openly supporting Rahul Gandhi. Second, Fawad Chaudhary, the former minister of Pakistan, openly praised during the election, and not only he said that, he said Modi jana chahiye, BJP hatni chahiye, uske baad jo hoga so kar lenge. In verbatim, it was the thought process of India Alliance. Today, the foreign defense minister of Pakistan has said, even for that matter, Hafiz Saeed has also praised it. So how it is happening that those who are involved in the terrorism are supporting openly the state, and Pakistan has quoted Rahul Gandhi in the dossier to United Nations. So I just want an answer that if you want to have an equivalence, kindly quote in any of the issues when we were in opposition, our stand was used by Pakistan or China or any other who was India's adversary in their interest, and there is no reaction from Congress party. They should have said, Mr. Pannu, mind your business. Or, Mr. Fawad Chaudhary, I am having no business of...
okay, let me pause you for a moment and put that question to Salman Soz, because you have an important point.
Sir, one sentence.
Yes?
One sentence. Rahul, one sentence. One more sentence. Shashi Tharoor has written an article in Bangladeshi newspaper, Daily Star, that the Modi has to go. Why the elections were going on in India, and what was the need of writing an article with an headline, Modi has to go, in a Bangladeshi newspaper, Daily Star. So I have quoted several examples.
Okay, Salman Soz, yes, the Sikh community has had its problems and run-ins with the Modi government, but for Rahul Gandhi to say that there is a problem in people wearing a khada, wearing a pagdi, or going into gurdwaras is simply not true. It's an absurd comment. Look at the people who are supporting Rahul Gandhi, the likes of Gurpatwant Pannu, the likes of Pakistani ministers. Why is Rahul Gandhi speaking such a dangerous, factually incorrect language, saying there is somehow a threat for... I come from the community myself. There are many problems and there are many reasons for unhappiness, but to say that people are being stopped from going to gurdwaras or wearing a pagdi or wearing a khada is simply not true, Salman Soz.
Rahul, first, what we heard Sudhanshu ji talk about, to my mind, seems like very cheap whataboutery. I thought he was going to come here and explain that they're going to rein in those members of their party and their coalition who essentially wished upon the leader of the opposition of this country the same fate as happened with Indira.
But you aren't answering my question.
No,
You're making
no,
a different
but
point. I
Rahul,
asked you a straight question. Could you
Rahul,
please answer that question?
Rahul, first of all, you asked the BJP spokesperson a question. He has made certain allegations against the Congress party. As a spokesperson of the party, I'll respond to him, and then I'll also respond to you. My question is, if the BJP is the ruling party of the country, if the Prime Minister considers himself a Vishwaguru, should he not be telling his people, especially ministers in the government, in his own government, ministers in other governments, that you cannot wish death upon the leader of the opposition? We may have differences. We may have ideological differences. We may have differences of values. We may have differences of the vision for this country. They want to take it in a certain direction. We don't agree with it. But we will not wish death upon the leader of the opposition. That is my.
Okay, now let's come to the question. Find me one Sikh who says, I'm not allowed to wear a pagdi, I can't wear a khada, and I can't go to a gurdwara. How did the leader of the opposition make this comment, Mr. Soos?
The leader of the opposition is making a broader point about how the BJP has created an intolerant environment in this country. How it is divisive. How they're not respecting the diversity, how the BJP is not respecting the diversity in this country. That is what that is the main point. That is the main thrust. What Rahul Gandhi has done after his Bharat Jodo Yatra is basically, essentially say to the people of the country, the path that we need to be on is the path of love.
Salman Soos, I'm sorry, you're giving a rhetorical response to a very specific question. Rahul Gandhi said, and I want to quote to you what he's saying. He says the fight is about whether a Sikh is going to be allowed to wear his turban or a khada, or is he able to go to the Gurdwara. I am challenging you to tell me one instance of a Sikh saying he wasn't allowed to go to the Gurdwara or wear a khada or wear a pagdi. One instance, Salman Soos.
Rahul, I am challenging you and your channel and all of the media in this country. For the last 10 years, you've been doing nothing but bootlicking. Now, because these guys, the BJP, have basically damaged this country's unity. They've damaged our social fabric. They've damaged brotherly relations. And we've been fighting against this. And basically, what you're saying to me now, I'm Muslim, you're Sikh. What you're saying is that what has happened to Indian Muslims, it cannot touch Sikhs in this country. It will touch everybody. Everybody will be touched. Everybody will be hurt if we do not fight back. Because if you do not speak for me, if I do not speak for
Salman,
you...
so you're getting agitated but not answering the question. I'm asking you a straight question. Find me one member of the Sikh community who's been stopped from going to a Gurdwara wearing a pagdi or wearing a khada. One person.
I can find... Okay, wait a second. Let me just... Why don't we just talk about, the hundreds of demolitions that take place, hundreds of instances of people not being allowed to offer prayers. It is a matter of only time before this fire engulfs everybody. This is not about...
Let Sudhanshu Trivedi respond.
Everybody.
The basic argument from what I've understood, the Congress is saying, don't go by what he said. Look at the larger meaning. He's saying, देखो demolitions हो रहे हैं, मुसलमानों को परेशान हो रहा है, सिखों के साथ भी ऐसा होगा, लड़ाई है कि आप पहन पाओगे कि नहीं. Don't go by his exact words. Try and understand what he was trying to say, the larger purpose. Sudhanshu Trivedi.
I was expecting some seasoned reply from Mr. Salman Soos, but he used a word I strongly object. He used the word cheap waterboutery and bootlicking for media. Sir, with due respect, millions of viewers which will be watching, they can understand that these words more attribute to you. I have quoted n number of facts. Now again I am quoting the fact. Yes, there was a time in India, in November 1984, जब सिखों ने पगड़ी उतारी थी और मोना बन गए थे. And a very dastardly statement, the leader at the topmost level has said, बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती हिलती है. And you know, as per the official government record, 3,300 were killed in riots, and all of the one community, by the Reuters and by the bullets of the police. It cannot be considered as a riot. It was a massacre and genocide. अगर हुकूमत के साए में दिल्ली की सड़कों पे कत्लेआम 1739 में नादिर शाह ने किया तो उसके बाद नवंबर 1984 में हुआ. Now you are saying that there is a problem and the future ahead in India. So I would like to tell you, sir, when your government was there, can you quote a single area if there was not a terrorist activity? दिल्ली में धमाके, मुंबई, चंडीगढ़, बेंगलोर, गुवाहाटी, हैदराबाद, लखनऊ, फैजाबाद, जयपुर, नागपुर, चंडीगढ़, चलती ट्रेन में धमाका, चलती बस में धमाका, whether it was a railway station, whether it was a bus station, whether it was a park, छूना नहीं, धमाका हो जाएगा. Do you see anything there of this sort all over the India? Just is been confined to 4 districts of Jammu and Kashmir. और तब डर नहीं, तब डर लगता था, नहीं लगता था, आज डर लगता है. Look at the common man who is going. Why? Because there was a consistent political stand in India, which was, you use the word waterboutery and bootlicking. I would like to quote, जाकिर नायक शांति का मसीहा है, इशरत जहां बेटी है, याकूब मेनन की जुडिशियल किलिंग हुई है, अफजल गुरु शांति का मसीहा है, और बुरहान वानी भटका नौजवान है, and the Indian Army Chief is सड़क छाप गुंडा. बस, this ideology
Salman
is very
shows
clear, categorical,
Salman shows
unequivocal terms to expose the clear picture.
Salman shows it's a matter of contemporary
and
history.
what you are saying on the national media.